Hi guys, I'm Tom from Field & Forest. Welcome to ScotPlant 2026. We've got some great equipment on display and thankfully the sun's shining. I'm going to talk you through a few bits that we've got on the stand and then my team will maybe go more in depth with some of the equipment. Then we might even hear from some customers with the equipment that they own and operate in the day-to-day environment. We've got excavators, excavator attachments, stump grinders, Europe chippers. Europe chippers are a new brand we've started working with recently, and if you come with me we can go over and look at the Magnis.
Hi, I'm Tom from Magni UK. Welcome to ScotPlant 2026. This is our stand. Let me take you through it. Over here we've got our little TH 3.6, great little machine that we can now offer you 0% finance on. Over here we've got our RTH 839 coupled up with a twin power, twin energy solution. So we can run on diesel, put ourselves into position, set up on the legs and then switch over to full electric power on a tethered line. Great for work in warehouses, urban environments with noise restrictions, things like that. And then here we've got a little black machine, 631 with the tilting cab with the West-Tech on. Great little addition. Forestry teams love this, so do media with it being in the black colour. You get a Magni in any colour you like. Over here we've got our little forklift, rough terrain forklift, 3-ton lift, Kubota engine. Great little rough terrain forklift, plenty of applications. And then sort of big assister to the 3.6, we've got our TH 3.5-ton 9-metre lift. Fantastic machine, just that little bit extra poke than the other one. Good product. And here we've got one of our smaller heavy lifts actually, our 12-ton 10-metre heavy lift here set up. Fantastic for smaller quarry applications, industrial applications, marine, dockside work, loading big containers and what have you. It's a compact size but big lift, great product. Thank you.
Just on the Field and Forest stand at ScotPlant 2026, we have got a whole host of our most popular attachments, from our GMT and West-Tech grapple saws to our Flailtech mulchers. We have also got some new kit on the stand, like our Euro Chipper 850, a new manufacturer that we have just taken on. So we've got lots of really interesting kit to come and see. I mean, so far, there's actually been 2 or 3 guys already this morning who I've dealt with in the last year or two, whether it's supplying them. So there's a guy who bought a log splitter off of us, there's a guy who took a tree shear, there's a guy who actually hires a lot of equipment from us. And I guess there's always something to be said for just putting a face to the name, being able to stand in front of people, have a good catch up, and even if you're not doing loads of business off the back of the stand, it's building the network, it's building the relationships with our customers, letting them know we're not just someone you deal with through the phone, it's someone you can get in front of and have a chat to.
Hi, I'm Jack and we're at Field and Forest. So we install these West-Techs and the other line of kit on your machine on site, and a full run through of how to use and how to maintain. So once your kit's all installed, if you ever had any issues, we've always got an engineer on hand to assist with any questions or any issues.
Hi, it's James from Field and Forest here. So behind me is the Europe Chippers EC850, 275 horsepower, variable chip, reduction gear, in-feed motors, very good chip, very good service life, water chipper. So this model here is the EC850, so that equates to almost 20 inches chip capacity. Made in Holland, very good build quality, all the parts are individually powder coated and then assembled in-house, and yeah, going back to quality, really good. So on the actual in-feed system, instead of just being a motor onto a shaft, we actually have a wee reduction gearbox there, so got lots of torque for pulling material in. Yeah, very good chipper. It's powered by a very good engine. This one's got a Cat C7 engine in it, makes 275 horsepower, so lots of power to process material. So depending on what kind of work you're doing, you can actually change the chip size by changing how much bite we have on the blades. We also have screens that go in these chippers, so you can again change the diameter of chip you're after. All the electrics on this are all sealed. They'll have a good long service life, well made, durable. So they have a good remote system, this chipper. You can do all functions from the remote control, very user friendly, and yeah, a really good chipper to use. This particular chipper, this model, has an in-feed table here, but we can have it with a extended chain, so you can load material on and that'll take it in. Again, very good for production. And Europe chippers, the manufacturer, have also thought about long life. We've actually got wear plates in the discharge chute, so we see the shiny silver bits up there on the chute. That is your wear plate, so once that wears through, you change the plate. Again, just extending the service life of this chipper.
So we're here on the stand today with one of our most loyal and dearest customers. Do you want to tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name's Dennis Rowlandson from a firm called DR Tree Surgeons based near Preston. We do from small domestic arboricultural jobs through to large public parks. We don't really do railway work or motorway stuff, just sort of the sweeter end of the job. Not financially sweeter, but just the nicer, the prettier jobs, not the killing trees jobs, generally. Next question.
Next question. So obviously we do a lot of kit here. What is some of the machinery that you have bought off us in the past, and how are you putting it to use out on site each day?
So, we'll go on the story, shall we? It started off, I rang, Field and Forest have a good rapport with Global in reference to Bandit chippers, and I rang up Global looking for a tractor mounted PTO Bandit. One of the lads put me through to Tom, bought that chipper. Next thing I was looking for a stump grinder, little pedestrianised stump grinder, so I bought that. And then I just happened to ring Tom one day, just to crack, see what he wanted to sell me. And he was just actually in, is it Holland, where GMT are from?
Yep.
And he said, I need to sell you one of these are unbelievable. So he sent me a few videos, lobbied me a bit, bought a GMT grapple saw, but he also helped source me a 6-wheel drive Volvo wagon with a Palfinger Epsilon crane on the back. And we're still running that now. So we did that with him, which has been very successful. I really like the GMT product. They are pretty good, to be fair.
How would you rate or best describe the after sales support and expertise that you receive from the Field and Forest team?
I've had a few debates and some fun and took the mick, but we've always got to where we want to be and found out what I needed to know and got the service I needed.
There you go. That's a pretty bang on customer testimonial from Dennis.
They paid me with what's the Scottish beer?
Vitamin T.
Tenant. So it might be a bit false. Thank you.